All right, everyone, so I'm going to answer a question from Instagram. You guys were asking. TheBlueBelle wrote to me. She says, I know you have to do fur characters first, but just how does that go exactly for fur shifts? Is it before the actual princess training and something else, say you're cast as a Disney face character and you do fur? When doing shifts as fur and you encounter character performers who only do fur, how was that for you? Did you notice any tension there? Thanks, love you. I love you too, TheBlueBelle. Yes. Like, for example, when I got hired in Disney Entertainment, like they scheduled my fur training first. Like before I did anything, first they trained me as a fur character. And that took like 5 days. So it was like my first week of working was the training. And then all of a sudden I started getting fur character shifts. And I remember in my early days, they would make me be Wendell up at Magic Kingdom in the very front of the park. Like these random characters. I had to be Fire Tuck or Pluto, that sort of thing. Actually, I really didn't do Pluto that much in the beginning. It was more Wendell Bear, like the cast-offs, the unwanted ones. Yeah. So I did those fur shifts. And then about a month or so, 4 to 6 weeks after doing straight fur character shifts, all of a sudden I saw princess training on my schedule and I was like, yeah, throw a party. So that was really exciting for me. And then after they trained me as a Disney princess, they rarely scheduled me to be a fur character. It was only if they were completely fully staffed in the face roles that they ever made me be a fur character. Or like if they scheduled me overtime, sometimes it was as a fur character. Say you're cast as a Disney face character and you do fur. When doing shifts as fur and you encounter performers who only do fur, how was that for you? Did you notice any tension there? Yeah, fur characters always knew if you were a Disney princess. Probably because of your bags. Like if you were a Disney princess, you probably had a bunch of like Snow White stuff on your bag that you would bring. Because you always bring a backpack or something, because what are you going to do during your downtime between fur shifts? You read a book or you watch a movie. You bring stuff in a bag to fill your time with. And so they're going to notice it like on your wallet or on your shirt or whatever. They're going to see that you are a face character. Something is going to tip them off. And also, when you're a face character or a Disney princess, you always have to bring your makeup to work no matter what, because you could be scheduled to do a fur shift, but then all of a sudden a Cinderella calls in and boom, they're pulling you to go and be a princess that day. And you could get in trouble if you were not prepared with your makeup, so you always had to be prepared. So they probably saw a makeup bag or something, and yes, there was always kind of that uncomfortable tension, like, I'm doing fur today, you know, like, and they always kind of knew, because they could kind of tell based on the shape of your face, like, I don't know, they just always knew who the face characters were. Not only like from your bag, but also like if you looked like you could be a princess, they would tell you, oh, you look like you could be a princess. And then if you said, oh, I already am, it was always kind of like awkward, like you almost didn't, you dreaded that. You didn't want to say, oh, I already am. Because, I don't know, maybe they would think you were full of yourself or conceited, but really you're just embarrassed and you feel bad that they're not. Like, for me, I would have wanted everybody to be a face character. In my perfect world, everybody would have been a face character too. And so if you ever had to tell somebody that you were already a face character, it was kind of sad. Like, I almost wanted to say, I wish you could be a face character too, but it's like, you know, there's only so much you can do. You know? And I'll give some examples of awkward moments for me. Like, I was trained with a girl who did fur, and then when I encountered her in the hallway, I remember one time she said to me something like, you know, I'm a better performer than you are. Just because you do face, that doesn't mean anything. Like, this came out of nowhere. I didn't say anything to her that I can remember. She just said that, and I think she was just angry and frustrated. Like, maybe she had auditioned several times to try to be a face character and she wasn't getting cast as a face character. And she was a pretty girl. She was pretty. It's just she didn't really have like the shape of a face of any of the face characters. And she was kind of too tall, also taller than what they were looking for. You know, again, beautiful girl, but so I remember she like jabbed me with that, and I was just quiet and silent, and I didn't even say anything back to her. I just kind of said, you know, maybe I even agreed with her because I felt her pain and I felt her anger and her sadness, and there was absolutely nothing I could say or do to make her feel better. At least that's how I felt at the time. Or I just didn't have the words for her, and I just let her jab me with that mean comment. So bless her heart. Bless her heart. She was, you know, she really did give her heart into the characters. And I almost feel like maybe she was right. Maybe she was a better character than me, at least fur-wise. And I say this because if I had been cast to only do fur, I probably wouldn't have lasted very long. The job was very hard on the body, to the point where I would have quit and been like, I don't need this. I'll go work retail somewhere at the mall. Thanks. Bye-bye. You know, like other things like with fur characters, they always assume that you're spoiled. And in a way, I mean, they kind of are right, because you have it easier as a face character. You're going and putting on makeup, for crying out loud, and you're not carrying around a super heavy costume. Although you can get really sweaty in your princess outfit. But I mean, it's nothing compared to what the fur characters go through. Come on, let's be real. But I don't know, even though you have it easier as a face character, you know, nobody wants somebody to be mean to them off the bat. And so I think there's just a lot of fur characters maybe who feel a little bit jaded or burned or whatever. So instead of treating you as an individual, maybe they just automatically assume that you're not nice. So, or something like that. I don't know, but at the same time, it was totally fine. I was fine with fur characters too. It wasn't always like that. I mean, if anything, when another kind of awkward thing, but it was cool. It was cool in a way. It wasn't so awkward, but like it was just something I had to get used to. And I think I mentioned this with Rachel Hinkle, who did Snow White. I remember like being new at the job and going into the cafeteria and having my Princess Jasmine outfit on. Like I had a smock that covered my outfit so it didn't get dirty. But I remember all of a sudden just random strangers coming up to me and saying, "Can I sit with you for lunch?" Like people just wanted to sit with you because you were Princess Jasmine. Like I guess they thought they knew you, like because they see the cartoon in you, and it's almost like you're sitting with your favorite cartoon character or one of your beloved cartoon character friends. So I remember that, like random strangers, and I think some of them were fur characters, and they just wanted to be your friend, and it was like, wow, insta friends, you know, like. So that was kind of, it was a little awkward at first, like I had to get used to it, but it was cool. It was like, yeah, come on, let's just sit. And then they find out like you're not any cooler than they are, and so and then, you know, but at the same time that's cool too, because, you know, we're all just people. You know, I just got lucky. So I don't know. So I hope that kind of answers your question. So I hope you liked this video. If you liked it, please give it a thumbs up. Please share it with somebody if you think someone else might like it. Please subscribe to my channel if you want to see more. And thank you so much for watching. All right, bye.